Hi viewers, welcome to this video lecture number 3 titled as the Smart Factories. And here we are going to see the characteristic feature of the smart factories, what are the components, systems, subsystems that are available in the smart factories and what are all the advantages of the smart factories. We can see the picture here which has a number of components collectively taken in the given manufacturing scenario which are called as the subsystems which when combined together can be called as a smart factory. These components are attached together and they have the communication between each other, and when all these components are working efficiently to bring the product into a very efficient one, then the factory can be collectively called as a smart factory. So we can see the examples such as wearables, which is very similar to a kind of a smartwatch or the smart machine, which can be held with the hands of the operator, which are used for monitoring the given component. And this is going to be the industrial augmented reality, which we can see the digital twin products of the variations or the variability of the given component, from which we can take the right decision to manufacture the particular variant of the given product. And this is going to be a drone like very small structure which is called as the unmanned aerial vehicle, which can monitor the process of manufacturing uh, from a from a certain height. That is, from the bird's view we can be able to capture the components which can be used in a very large scale industry, and these are the conveyors that are used for the transportation of the finished products or the work in progress products or even the raw materials. And this is going to be a component which is called as the cobot, that is a collaborating robot, which is also part of the transportation system of the components, which can help the human beings to bring the components to the right workstation. And this is going to be the unmanned vehicle, which is also having the same kind of transportation function uh, inside the manufacturing factory. And the smart packaging machine is also connected with the system, which can comfortably transport the finished products. Then there is going to be an IoT sensor device for the supply chain management, which is connected with the system. And the data about the transportation of the component, about the machines, about the system, about the functions of all the subcomponents, we can collect it over a system called the machine analytics. And computer vision is going to be the system which collects all the information in the form of images or JPEG files or the uh, PNG files, from which the data is captured, that is, the image is captured, which is compared with the right one. And if there is any deviation, then the component will be analyzed about the variation of the quality of the component. And from that, the data can be collected and the data is used for the improvisation of the efficiency. So these are all the subsystems which are connected with the smart factories. And come, let us see the components, ingredients, and advantages of smart factories in the subsequent slides. So these are the very important key concepts that are related to the Industry 4.0 and also with the smart factories. So those concepts are the IoT sensors, real-time data exchange, and the M2M communication. IoT sensor or the Internet of Things sensors are the sensors that are used to connect the devices inside a system. Here the system is the smart factory. So the IoT sensors enable the machines to communicate and coordinate autonomously. The autonomous word is very important here, which means that with the given data, with the data analyzed from the system, the device or the sensor or any other subsystem can take the decisions accordingly to the situation available in the manufacturing scenario. So this is all about the autonomous system. which is taken care of with the help of the IoT sensors. Real-time data exchange is also a very important concept, which is very important for identifying the right workflow for the given component. We can have a number of workflows for a given set of components. Say, for example, we have around 20 number of machines, different kinds of machines, and we have different set of components to be manufactured. When one component is taken, and if you are making a workflow for the completion of the same component, and after it reaches the 15th machine, the component can be called as a finished product or the finished component. So if the component passes from machine 1 to machine 2, 3, 4, subsequently to the last machine 15, this can be taken as the workflow number 1. And with respect to the operations required for the given component, the workflow can take place with a different path also. Say, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20. So the intermediate machines are not at all, may not be used for the manufacturing process also. So if you are attaching the CNC machine, that is computer numerical control device, that is going to be a system, that is an autonomous system. So if you are adding the CNC machine in between, then it can take up the workload of, say, for example, 2 machines or the 3 machines or the 5 machines. So accordingly, the workflow for the given component may change. So this is all about the concept of the adaptive workflow, and uh, the real-time data exchange. It gives the provision for the system to uh, give way for the adaptive workflow for the given component and automatic reconfiguration of the given component without altering the location of the machines, because altering the location of the machines can be a very tedious process in the manufacturing companies. And MTM communication is all about the communication that happens between the machine to machine. In the earlier stages of industrial revolutions, there is no much communication between the machines. Say, for example, a machine will do the manufacturing process with the help of the operator. That is, operator is the only responsible source for the completion of the manufacturing activity in the particular machine. And when the manufacturing is over, then the component will be taken by the person or the worker, and it will be transported to the next machine, either by the worker himself or herself, or else it can be taken through some kind of guided transportation system. So, but in the industrial revolution 4.0, the MTM communication is always possible because we are integrating a number of components, number of sensors to the system. So, it reduces the delays and the downtime. Downtime is all about the time delay due to the failure of a particular machine or a particular system. So, this can be eradicated with the help of the communication between the machine to machine communication. There is going to be an example, that is a predictive alert from the CNC machines that prevent a tool failure. The tools are used for the manufacturing activity in the computer numerically controlled machines, and with the data arrived from the sensors attached with the CNC machines, we can be able to get the predictive alerts. That is, the predictive maintenance system can be useful only with the integration of the IoT sensors. So interconnectivity between the components that forms the nervous system of the smart factory. So the nervous system is responsible for collecting the data from the different parts of the body. Similarly, the sensors, they act as the nervous system. They get all the information about the subcomponents, and it will be processed with the central unit of the smart factory. With the given data, with the collected data, a particular decision can be taken which improves the efficiency performance of the given component. So these are the future concepts that can be adapted to the industry 4.0, that is with the smart factories. And every smart factory by 2035 will have all these four components. Interconnected equipment will be there, which connects different kinds of equipments. and will evolve into the self-healing machine ecosystem. The workers will no longer go and study the predictive maintenance of the given component or the given system. It will be taken care of by the equipment itself. And digital twin, it integrates with the AI-driven generative design for the innovation. That is, innovations with respect to the design of a particular product can be taken care of by the artificial intelligence, which are then connected to the digital twins. We can see the components, that is the virtual design of the components, and from that we can be able to get the optimized design. From the optimized design, the comments will be sent to the machines, through which we can be able to get the physical design, that is the physical components also. Adaptive lines will fully support the hyper personalized product at scale. Workflows can be different. Workflows can be automated directly by the AI driven technology. Smart factory is capable of getting the right workflow, optimized workflow, from which the manufacturing can be done in an easy way. And there will be collaborating robots, which can be called as the cobots, that will become more autonomous, mobile, and AI driven, through which we can be able to get the optimized movement or the optimized transportation, which will be helpful for the improved efficiency and performance of the components. So with this, we have seen the important characteristic features of the smart factory. We'll see the rest of the things in the subsequent video lectures. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned.